What's up? My name's Kelsey K, otherwise known as KelseyKMUA, and I wanted to thank you so much for being here today. Guys, I am so excited. I've been wanting to film this video for literally over a week now because I have a full face of brand new makeup. Well, I mean, it's not brand new to the market, but it's brand new to me, so I'm super duper excited. I went on a little bit of a shopping spree and I was like, you know what? Retail therapy, I just want some new makeup. I just want to play with my face. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna go ahead and do some little chit chat stuff. We're gonna play with makeup and I'm super excited. I do have lots of brand new brands here that I've never tried before, like some Tarte, I have some Marc Jacobs, I've got some Becca, I've got some Laura Mercier, but I've also got some Maybelline and ColourPop stuff, so let's go ahead and jump right on into it. Okay, so first to prime, I'm gonna go ahead and prime with my Laura Mercier foundation primer. And I am going to put this here all over. I'm also going to go ahead and spot, whoop! Dropped it. I'm gonna go ahead and spot conceal here with the Becca Ultimate Coverage Concealing Cream in the shade Banana. I'm gonna try to get rid of this thing right here. Oh, and this lovely little one right down here that's been driving me crazy. So when you're trying to spot conceal, especially when you are covering a blemish that, especially like me, if you're like me and you just love to pick at your skin and you have kind of like an open acne scar somewhere on your skin, make sure that you are dabbing the product into it as opposed to swiping. Cover this ugly spot! Am I in the middle of the frame? I don't think I am. Okay, well, we're gonna just go with that. Okay, so for foundation, I did pick up the Too Faced Do You Full Coverage Fresh Glow Foundation. Ooh, this is infused with juicy watermelon and fresh cucumber. I have here the shade Porcelain because I am pale. Actually, no, my tan this summer has been really, really nice because I've been spending so much time outside because, like, what else am I gonna do during a pandemic in the middle of the summertime? Like, I'm gonna be outside as often as I can. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take, let's just start with, I'm gonna start with 2 pumps on the back of my hand because I do have a new tool here that I really wanna try. I have here the Juno & Co. This is the microfiber velvet sponge. This sponge is supposedly not going to absorb nearly as much product into the sponge, and so then, you know, you're not wasting nearly as much product. You're gonna get more full coverage out of it because it's not going to absorb any of the product. So let's see how it goes. I actually have not used a sponge to do my foundation in a hot minute. So I'm like, do I even remember how? Do I even know how to do it? Like, oh. Oh my gosh, it even smells like watermelon. Oh my gosh. Okay, so first impression right off the bat is that, yes, it is full coverage. Also, I really, really like the sponge because it's nice and soft. It's really, really nice and squishy. Like, it looks as though it's like all the product is still there on the sponge itself. It doesn't look like it's absorbed too much product. Don't forget to blend it down your neck. This is a little bit more of like a yellowy foundation for me. I feel like everything on my camera always makes my foundations look like super duper yellow. But in person, it matches really, really well with like right here. And even though on camera, this looks really red. I don't know, guys, okay? Like in person, it looks nice. Okay, so foundation is applied. So first impression, I love the way that it's still a little bit more glowy. You can see how like the light kind of shifts here with the foundation. I really, really like that. I have oily combination skin, so I'm very oily in the T-zone, and then the rest of my face is dry. So I do really like a nice, nourishing, hydrating foundation because I have found that it does tend to combat my oil production, so then I don't get nearly as oily in the T-zone. However, I still do love a good matte foundation, don't get me wrong. However, but during the summertime, especially when I just want to glow all the time, I do quite enjoy a nice hydrating foundation, which is nice. I don't feel like I'm just like super dry all the time. Okay, so next for concealer, I do have here the Urban Decay Naked Skin Weightless Complete Coverage Concealer. It says that it's supposed to be light diffusing, peptide infused, and paraben free. I like the way that sounds. And I have here the shade Fair, which is a neutral tone. Okay, so let's go ahead and see how this applies. Oh gosh, I have a feeling that this is gonna be way too much concealer for my under eye area, but you know what? Let's just go with a full beat today, shall we not? Let's just go ahead and highlight that jawline because I am always needing more coverage down there anyway. This concealer is literally so creamy. Oh my gosh. I love the way that it looks immediately like under the eye area. Everything looks very, very nice and airbrushed and smooth. Wow. I'm okay with that. I definitely did use way too much concealer though, especially under the eye, because I didn't really think about the fact that I was gonna be blending out with this sponge. Hair, get out of here. Hair, you can't sit with us. I did not take into account that the sponge was not going to absorb any of the product, or again, isn't supposed to. So I put on a little bit too much concealer under the eyes, but you know what? It looks nice on camera, so, and I'm not going anywhere today. Okay, just gonna take whatever is left on the sponge and apply that here on my eyelid area, just so that then everything kind of blends in with my skin just a little bit better. Okay guys, so this one I am really, really excited for. So here for powder, I have the Marc Jacobs Finish Line Coconut Perfecting Setting Powder in the shade Invisible. So first of off, like, absolutely adore this packaging too. I love like Marc Jacobs packaging because it's just like so sleek. This is the very first I've ever tried a Marc Jacobs product, so let's see how it goes. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take my brush, dip it there into the powder. It does have like one of those nice little like mesh things in there. Okay, and I'm just gonna go ahead and start applying that here using my brush in stippling motions. Oh my gosh, it smells like the beach. It does smell like coconut for real. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use this powder to set the entire face. Okay, so first off, first impressions with the powder, I do like the fact that it's not completely matte. You can still see quite a bit of that dewiness here through the skin from where the foundation left us kind of dewy, so I do like that. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and take that sponge and dip it into the powder and get my nose here. This is still my favorite way to apply powder to my nose, is using a sponge. I have been quite enjoying using just brushes lately to do my complexion. However, I will say that it's still my favorite way to powder my nose is using a sponge. I just feel like I can really, really get the product in there. Okay, so for brows, I don't have a new brow product because, I mean, like, if something's not broke, why fix it? I'm just gonna go ahead and do my brows off camera with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Taupe, and I will be right back. Okay guys, so brows are on. I also did prep my eyelids with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Eye Primer, and so for eyeshadow today, now this is something that everybody's gonna be like, really? Like, that's the eyeshadow palette that you're excited about? But you know what? Let me have my freaking moment, okay? I am excited because here I have the Too Faced Chocolate Bar eyeshadow palette. Now, this is something that is definitely not new to the beauty market, but it's definitely new to me. I'm really, really excited because I do have the Too Faced Chocolate Bonbons palette, and I really, really like that one. I really, really like the formula. I like the way that the shadows blend. I think they're nice and pigmented. That one is more of like a cool toned palette. This is, I guess you could say, is kind of a cool tone palette as well. I'm really, really loving all of these shades here in this palette. I love this purple and this green. I do like the fact that a lot of these shadows are more neutral. I've really been loving more neutral shadows lately. I have always been a person who loves really, really colorful eyeshadow. You know, just really loving the artistry in, you know, using crazy colors. My last video that I did, that teal cut crease, absolutely love the way that that look came out. It was super cute, but you know what? There is a place in my heart for a good old neutral eye look. Oh my gosh, I almost just dropped this one too.
Goodness gracious!
Okay, so first off, I think I'm gonna go ahead and take this bone neutral shade here. This shade is called White Chocolate, and I'm gonna use that to set down that eyeshadow primer. Oh, I love the fact that these palettes smell like chocolate. It makes me want chocolate so freaking bad. Luke and I have been doing keto for the last, like, I'd say like 3 or 4 weeks. I mean, I guess it's not necessarily keto because we have been having potatoes every now and then, so I'd say it's more like paleo or just eating more whole foods. But I mean, it's actually, I thought it was gonna be a lot harder than it actually has been, so that's exciting. And plus, I've lost like 6 pounds already, so I'm very excited about that because I don't feel nearly as bloated as I did about 4 or 5 weeks ago. So I'm really, really liking the fact that I feel better about my body and myself. Next, on a smaller blending brush, I'm gonna go ahead and take the shade Hazelnut and just go right in here through the crease. So now the whole reason as to why Luke and I even really wanted to start a keto diet was because, I mean, I'd heard lots of really, really great benefits about it when it comes to lowering blood sugar levels because, I mean, I'm not necessarily pre-diabetic, but pretty much all of my grandparents were diabetic. My father was a diabetic. So it's just really, really important for me to watch how many carbs I'm taking in, watching my blood sugar level, because I really just want to stay healthy for me, you know? Like, I want to make sure that I am living a nice, long, and healthy life and being able to be there for my family and friends when they need me. I also found that I needed to just take my health more seriously. I feel like I was, especially in the beginning of quarantine, when I was just, all I was doing was pretty much just like eating snacks and drinking beer. So, like, granted, that's fun and all fine and dandy, but it's also fine and dandy in moderation, and it was something that we were doing like every day. So I really just wanted to make sure that I was taking my health more seriously and trying to lose weight in order to just, I don't know, just maintain my health. Now, this is not a diet that we want to try to maintain long term because I really, really, really love soft pretzels. Auntie Anne's soft pretzels at the mall are like, oh, like, I don't know if I'd ever be able to live without Cinnabon. Like, I really don't think I could do it. I know that there's all kinds of like different ways that you can modify recipes to make things either like keto or paleo, but I mean, like, it's just not as good as the original. And I know that there's a saying that says that nothing tastes as good as skinny feels, and I'm like, well, obviously that person has never had a Cinnabon before, okay? I'm also just running this hazelnut shade through my lower lash line for a transition. And now on more of a tapered blending brush, I'm going to go ahead and take the shade Semi-Sweet, and I'm just gonna go ahead and pack this here on the outer half of the lid. I really, really love this shade. Okay, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and take that blending brush that I used with that first transition shade with no additional product on it, and I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of blend together the Semi-Sweet and the Salted Caramel shade. Did I call it hazelnut earlier? I definitely meant to say salted caramel. My bad, apparently I just don't know how to read. And then using an even smaller, more stubby tapered blending brush, I'm going to go ahead and take the shade Triple Fudge, and I'm gonna go ahead and deepen up even further this very, very outer edge of the eye. And what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to keep this really, really tight to the lower lash line. Okay, and then just going back again, using my blending brush and blending this all out a little bit more. I really, really like the depth and dimension that these colors are giving right now. I think I'm gonna go ahead and take the shade Milk Chocolate, and I'm going to apply this here, just kind of like in the outer portion of the crease, to kind of tie together the darker portions of the eye look and tie them together with the crease shade. Now, what shimmer shade do I want to use? Ooh, okay, so there's this one here called Black Forest Truffle. Ooh, that one's nice and dark. I like that one. And then there's this other purple shade called Candied Violet. Ooh, that one's pretty too. And then we have the shade Amaretto. Ooh, I like that because it's almost kind of like a bronzy brown purple. That one's nice. And then I also really like this really light shimmery creamy shade called Marzipan. I'm just gonna go ahead and swatch these on the back of my hand so I can get a better idea of what the color profile is like. So here are the swatches on the back of my hand. You can obviously see that this one here, this shade was the most pigmented. Actually, no, I'd probably say that the Marzipan shade was really nice too. However, this one didn't seem nearly as pigmented as the others. However, I really like this purple shade, and I think I might actually end up using that for this eye look today. Okay, so I did just dampen my brush just an eensy teeny weeny bit, and I'm going to go ahead and take the shade Candied Violet, and I'm gonna put that here on the lid. Oh my gosh, I love this color. This is so freaking pretty. I kind of started with more of like a sweeping motion going across the lid with the shadow, but now I've kind of moved on to more like patting or blotting motions to really kind of just make sure that I'm getting the most amount of pigmentation on the lid. Oh, I love how the more that I apply the shadow, the more of that purple shimmer comes through. Oh, that is so pretty. Oh, I love purple eyeshadow, y'all. Okay, I think for an inner corner highlight, I am going to take that Marzipan shade, just like on a small detailing brush. I'm really just gonna apply this here in the inner corner and bring that up kind of through like the inner crease and just kind of blending it in with that purple shade. Going back into the shade Semi Sweet using that really stubby tapered blending brush, I'm gonna go ahead and just take the edge of the brush and run that here along the outer portion of the lower lash line to connect that to the outer corner. Okay, awesome. Now, so taking that small detailing brush that I used to do my inner corner highlight, I'm gonna take that shade Candied Violet, and I am going to go ahead and stamp that here along the lash line, like trying to get about as close as I can to the waterline. That's really pretty. Okay, so on a flat packing brush, I'm going to go ahead and take the shade Champagne Truffle, and I'm just gonna go ahead and highlight my brow bone with that. I really like the fact that this shade has some shimmer to it, but it's not like overly shimmery, so it's not like the only thing you see is the brow bone highlight. Okay, so next for mascara, I have here from PUR Cosmetics, I have the Triple Threat Slimline Mascara. This is supposed to be a mascara that does it all. A triple threat provides extreme length, curl, and volume. The innovative brush grips both top and bottom lashes at their base and effortlessly combs through them for a precise application and ultimate definition, while the super formula conditions lashes and helps prevent premature fallout. That's something I can get down with. Okay, so here is what the tube looks like. Ooh, that is a really tiny brush. This is what the brush looks like, very small. Okay, so first impression, I will say that the formula is kind of, I don't know whether I like this tube, it just gets kind of dried out. It's brand new, I just bought it. Okay, I might have to like see if I can like put this mascara tube like in my bra or something to warm it up a little bit, kind of like get it a little bit less like firm. But first let's go ahead and pop on some lashes. Oh, you know what? I am such a silly goose. I forgot eyeliner. Okay, let's go ahead and do that first. So for eyeliner, this is kind of cheating because I have used this product before, but I really wanted to put it in today's video because I haven't used it on camera yet. Just to let you know, I already like it. So this one here is the Maybelline Hyper Easy. This is the brush tip liner. I really like this product. I love a good brush tip liner because then it's not going to skip across the skin. I typically have a problem with that, especially if I want to do like a winged liner, because the outer portions of my eye, like out here, tend to be, the skin is very, very dry compared to like my lids. So if I'm trying to do a wing, I tend to have a lot of problems with trying to create the perfect wing without kind of like skipping across my eye. So I like this one. That was ridiculously easy. Oh, by the way, so the lashes, this is what the lashes look like out of the package. So nice and light and fluffy. Ooh, I really, really like this lash. That's really pretty. Wow, these lashes popped on super easy, and I love how like natural these look. It's kind of like your lashes, but better. Okay, so let's just go ahead and try to finish off the bottom lashes with the PUR Cosmetics mascara. I just feel like, say that I like this mascara because I don't know whether it's just because the formula is a little bit too dry for my liking, or if the tube was just kind of like old. I hope it wasn't old, but whatever. I'm just gonna go ahead and finish up the lashes with the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise mascara. Yeah, definitely tried and true ride or die mascara. I may or may not be most excited for this product. I have here the Marc Jacobs. This is the Omega Bronze in the shade Tantastic. I don't know a single person on YouTube that does not have this bronzer. I've been wanting to try this bronzer for literally forever. So this is what the bronzer looks like. It's a nice like neutral tone bronzer, I'd say. It's a little bit, I'd say, more on the cool side, but it's definitely not warm at all. So let's go ahead and try this out. I'm just gonna go ahead and pick this up on a slanted face brush and try to sculpt out my face. I like the fact so far, first impression, the thing that I really like about this product is the fact that it is very buildable. It's not like super duper pigmented right off the bat. It is nice and buildable. I like the tone. The tone is very neutral. It's not very gray tone, so it's not like a straight up contouring shade, but it's also not like red or orange at all, so it's not necessarily like a bronze bronzer either. So I'm really liking this so far. This is in my opinion, a great everyday bronzer because it's like nice for like bronzing. If you haven't already seen my video on contouring, bronzing, and bronzing, I will link that in the description bar down below. Okay, and I'm also just gonna go ahead and lightly contour my nose and bringing that all the way from the tip of my nose all the way up to the head of the brow. Okay, and then I'm also going to take a little bit and put this here. Okay, and then I'm also just going to run a little bit here underneath my bottom lip to make my bottom lip appear bigger. You can also do this with like a very small detailing brush and kind of go like around the entirety of your mouth. That's also something you will find in my bronzing video. It's how to make your lips appear bigger by contouring your lips. That is not something that I do every time, but I feel like this form of contouring my lips is something that I feel like I do more often. So like running the bronzer or like the contouring powder underneath the fullest part of your lips to make your lips appear bigger. And then also kind of like just here on the top lip on the outer corner. Okay, and then I'm also gonna go ahead and run this here along the jawline to contour away 10 pounds of my face. Okay, so first impression of the bronzer, absolutely adore it. I don't think that there's any other like good things. I can't say enough good things about this bronzer, so definitely happy with this purchase. Next up for blush, I have this Tarte blush. This is the Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush in the shade Timeless. It's a very bright pink shade. I don't mind, you know, I haven't been minding a nice like bright pink blush lately. I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this here just above that bronzer. Perfect. And then taking just a little bit on the sides of the nose to kind of blend in with the contour, kind of give that nice like bronzed up nose look. And then just a teensy bit here along the forehead to kind of tie together the bronzer and the blush. So, I mean, first impression of the blush, I really, really like it. I like the tone. It's not, I don't think that it's like too pigmented, which is nice because there's honestly nothing worse than like trying to go in with a blush and then just being like crap, now I have to sit here and try to blend this out for 20 minutes. And now for a highlighter. I have here the ColourPop Super Shock Cheek highlighter in the shade Stole the Show. It's just like a bright white highlighter. Oh my god, it's so creamy. Oh, oh yeah. Oh yeah. There we go. I'm just gonna go ahead and take my fan brush and apply this to the high points of the face. Ooh, I really, really like this because it's kind of almost like glittery, so you do have to be really, really careful to not go like super overboard with it, so don't do what I normally do. So using the fan brush is gonna help you kind of be a little bit more light-handed with this product. So good thing that I did use a fan brush as opposed to my normal method of highlighting, which is basically just like use a paintbrush and put it all over. And then just a little bit here on the center of the forehead to make me glow to the gods. Okay, and then for lip liner, I have here the Jordana Easy Liner for Lips in the shade Silver Lilac. I really, really like it because it's a nice, like, almost like purpley shade. Okay, so first impression of the lip liner, I think that it's more of like a solid formula. It's not super duper creamy, which I don't mind because it's, for me, really, really hard to get a nice like solid clean line for your lips if the liner is a little bit too soft. Because if the liner is a little bit too soft, it tends to get a little bit of everywhere. It won't stop your lipstick from bleeding. So I don't mind a nice, more solid lip liner. So that's cool. And then for lips today, I do have here the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in the shade Ashes. So this is really, really nice, like almost like purple shade. Ooh, yeah. I'm just gonna take a little bit more of that lip liner and just kind of like draw on the outer edges again, because this liquid lipstick was full coverage. I really, really like the way that this look is. I guess just to finish off the face today, I'm going to go ahead and use the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Setting Mist. I'm pretty sure I've used this in a photo before, but I don't have any new setting sprays, so get over it. Okay guys, so that completes today's look. Okay, so just a quick recap. I loved pretty much everything that I tried today with the exception of the PUR mascara. I think maybe, I can't tell whether it's just like a more solid formula or if the one that I purchased was just bad. I don't know, but I'm really disappointed in the mascara, but oh well. But other than that, I really liked everything. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and if you liked it, don't forget to give me a big ol' thumbs up. It helps other people find the video. And if you want to help other people find this video even faster, then you can share this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel so you can see more videos of me doing stuff like this. Thank you guys so much. I love you so much, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye y'all!